West Medford, the neighborhood between High Street and Mystic River Road, has always stood apart from the rest of the city. According to some locals, it was originally an island and home to the Mystic Indians. Later, as wealthy Bostonians built sprawling estates in Medford, the blacks who worked as servants and laborers on the estates settled on the island. Some came from Barbados to work in a local rum company. Others arrived through marriage. By the early 1900s, West Medford was a destination for middle-class black families. Race has got a lot to do with it, said Dorothy Tucker, a longtime West Medford resident who was helping organize the tribute to the women. Back then, we were only able to live on 3 streets, and there was only one bank that gave us mortgages. With so few options, she said, the people in the neighborhood became extremely close-knit. We had to live through the war, the Depression, and then another war, so people clung to each other, she said. We were confined, and we said, this will not stop us. Several of the matriarchs arrived in this intergenerational community at the end of World War II. As their husbands went off to work, the women went to work in the neighborhood. They bonded as parents, many recall. Back then, you could tell other people's children to behave, said Alice Isaacs, now 95. It's not like that anymore, she said. My heart bleeds for the children and their parents now, she said. Even now, approaching 100 years of age, Isaacs and her peers still command tremendous respect. You just knew that you better not cross them, Tucker said. If they said no, you accepted it. Most of the women became part of Shiloh Baptist Church, the neighborhood's main place of worship. The people of the community would come to the minister and say, my son needs help, or my daughter seems not to be doing as well as we would like, Tucker recalled. There was a community center on Arlington Street too. Men from the neighborhood brought back an empty military barracks from World War II and used it to house community events. The community eventually outgrew the building and a new facility is now under construction. The ladies established clubs dedicated to improving the community, received college degrees, and started their own businesses. We had the Daffodil Club and the Linda Hand Club, said Evelyn Tyner, who was 90 years old. And we always had a bowling league and a dance group. Although Tyner is being recognized in part for her contributions to the community groups, she was a role model in other ways too. During World War II, she worked as a welder in a naval shipyard. Later, she operated West Medford's first black-owned beauty salon, then went to college, obtained 2 degrees, and became a teacher. Many of her peers were pioneers in the work world too. Shortly after World War II, Mildred Holmes became one of the first physical therapists in the area. Dorothy Bailey was a nurse who cared for people injured in the Coconut Grove fire in 1942. Their professional history will be one of the things honored when the community gathers at Shiloh Baptist Church on Saturday. Their enduring influence in West Medford will be another. And the article goes on and on to explain, but like I said, I want to, in its entirety, I want to have it. I'm going to give it to Hendrik and see if we can put it on the website so you can see this article. It's just a good piece to reflect on how West Medford ended up blossoming into what it is and what it became. And I actually was, me not being from here, like I know this type of history from Indiana, where I'm from, and of course this type of coming together, this type of working together is something that is mirrored throughout the rest of the country and beyond just this country. But it's just really important, I think, for us to know what's going on and what happened right here, right around us, where we are right now. And it also is just a good lesson for us, because that's what we're attempting to do right now, is to build. We're not necessarily building a bowling league right now, but we are attempting to build this community with these events on second Sunday. So we really appreciate you being here with us and joining.